Alright. Good day, fleshy mammals. What's up, everybody?
Damn it. Man.
Today's totals will make Father happy.
And then I'm just gonna do this. Captions. Oh, I do have to disable the BR back screen, though. I don't want to leave that on the entire time if I can avoid it. That would be terrible. So all the settings are good. Yeah, and people can see me. Okay. Evan is gonna start playing some music. Albeit that's a little too loud. But what's up, guys? I'm just taking a look at my phone real quick and then we'll start. Just want to make sure that the live stream's coming through on this end, which it looks like it is. Hey Ninja, Keemstar. Translation, how are you? I'm doing good, Grady. It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning into another live stream, my friend. I hope that you are well. Welcome back. And I hope you look forward to seeing some Back for Blood, my homie. Back for Blood, my homes. And play this game in a minute. But actually, one of the things I'm also going to do is I'm going to DM Vader, because I know that Vader wanted me to let him know when we're playing. There we go. I am fine, thanks. Played some Far Cry 6 and its DLC. There's already DLC out for Far Cry 6? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hey, Ninja.
Hi.
How are you, my friend?
Doing good, homie. Just, playing some Back for Blood and just, reading what you said inside the, chat. And, I was just thinking about asking you about the Fallout series, because, like, I've never played it personally. Obviously don't spoil it, but, you can tell me if the DLC for the 6th game was good.
Yeah. Enjoy your game, Ninja, and, don't die, please.
Don't worry, my friend. I'll try not to die. It's hard to kill me,
Ninja.
so...
Ninja, here's, I like Hoffman in Back for Blood. Here's the thing, I always play as Hoffman sometimes, but I choose Walker.
Yeah, Hoffman's definitely one of the better characters, in my opinion. I think he has probably the best storyline, in my opinion.
Yeah. I played Far Cry 6 recently, and its DLCs. I definitely enjoyed them.
Nice, homie.
Can I
Go ahead.
can I tell you a quote that I learned? It's from a character. I don't want to spoil the game, anyways. I just want to tell you the quote. It's told by
sure.
a girl. Oh, I thought you wanted to hide like a pussy-ass bitch. It's from,
Hello, Ren. It's good to see you. Yep, you are indeed on time for a live stream, homie. How's it going? Ready, you want to say hello to Ren?
Hey, Ren.
Hey, and Vader's also here. It's your buddy, Gretty. It's Vader.
Hey,
Vader, I was wondering if you were gonna get on, G. You told me to message you, and I did, and then as soon as I started a game, you just showed up. What the heck is that tomfoolery? You're messing with me.
tell Vader me and Ninja were just fucking around speaking about characters or something like
Oh,
that.
he can hear you, friend. The Discord voice records on live streams. People can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. Hey Vader! What's up, brother?
There he is. He's in Discord voice. Hi, Vader.
Hello, Ninja.
Looking forward to playing some more Back 4 Blood, homie.
Dang right.
Awesome. Yeah, by the way, chat, just to let you guys know also as well, is that I got the rest of the Total Apocalypse body pieces yesterday. I just played like an extra like hour, 20 minutes by myself. So now I have them all. So now I've also got Evangelos, which I'm not even wearing that just because legitimately I think Evangelo's the worst. Like, his body piece is just terrible. And then I also got Jim's, which Jim's, in my opinion, is not that bad. So now, I think what I'm going to work on this stream is I want to get the headpiece.
The head piece.
Yeah, the headpieces, like the hats and stuff like that, and then I'll get the pants last.
That's a good idea.
Well, I mean, like, just the pants are really not necessarily, I mean, something so riveting that I have to get it first. It's not like, oh my god, the pants are blue!
The pants are blue.
This is such riveting gameplay, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey Ninja, I just came here to chill with you, my friend. Just talk and relaxing and having fun.
Yeah, and that's completely fine, homie. You're always welcome to do that. I don't want you to ever get the wrong idea and feel like you can't do those things. You're always welcome to, man. I'm always 100% honest with everybody, and I'll let you know is that you're always welcome to be here. So.
Thanks.
Damn right.
Hey, Ninja, I just want to say good luck about the game.
You mean like the game I'm playing, like this Back 4 Blood session?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, homie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, maybe
I'm here to give people
times.
luck. So.
I think we'll have an easier time this time. I don't think we're necessarily going to get as many deaths.
Because maybe last time that went a lot of times. I don't know how many. Like
oh,
5.
by the way, I forgot. We need to continue our prior session because I loaded up a brand new game. Whoops.
Should we do that one? Yeah, we should do that, my C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the main menu.
All right. Well, okay. Go back to the main menu. Alright.
So, Ren, how has it been since we have hung out last, homie? How have you been? Because it's been a while since you've been on a live stream here. Like, let me know what your day's been like, Ren. Have you been doing anything particular? Or just life's been busy, man? Like, what's up? I want to keep up to date with you. I always like it when, you know, mods end up coming back or viewers coming back after a long hiatus because then they can tell some of these cool stories. So, like, what's new, homeboy?
Hey Ninja, here's the thing. I was playing Left 4 Dead 2 yesterday, and there was 3 9-years-old, and they were teasing me, and I started to laugh. They were a noob, and they started raging.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Blah.
Lol.
I couldn't hold my laughter, so. Anyways, if I told the kids, you are a noob, bro, go find your friends.
Oh, I need that. I am with you. But did Johnson, my C?
Indeed.
The map that I was playing was No Mercy, and they started to tease me, even though I am a professional.
How long you been playing Back 4 Blood already? Just curious.
Not Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead.
Did I say Back 4 Blood? I meant to say Left 4 Dead. I think
Yeah.
I did, but if I didn't, then I meant to say that.
I had played Left 4 Dead since 2012, 2013.
Okay, so you started around the same time I did.
But I started in February, not not in like August. I've started it on February, on Valentine's Day.
Nice, nice.
And here's the thing. If I was a noob, I could have died, but I just escaped, and the kids just died through the zombies in the game, and they started to cry to their mama. Like,
What's up? What's up, Vader?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Most certainly.
I'm going to choose
kill those zombies on me, and if some zombies can hit you with like their hands or something, tell them say hello to my little friend, just like in Scarface, firing that M16.
If there's an opportunity, sure, why not?
Alright.
Where's Tene? I haven't
Hey,
seen
we're not far
Tene.
from that crashed military plane. Wouldn't
He's been working on other things, my G. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure what he's doing is that he's working on playing GTA. That's the last I've heard of him, honestly. He has been just playing that a lot lately. Especially with the announcement that GTA 6 is now starting to be in development. I feel like GTA 5 has got a little bit of a resurgence.
Alright, Maxie, are you ready?
Hmm?
Should be in a minute.
Could be a minute.
From what I've seen, she's got quite a sense
All I
of
need
humor.
is that switch vote.
I'll gonna blast on party on the 18th of February. I'll blast the party, but I won't be on your next stream in 18th of February.
That's fine, my G. If you can't make every stream, I understand.
And I enjoyed playing Jackbox. It was really entertaining playing with you.
Oh, Jackbox is funny as F. Like, legitimately, that's pretty good. If you can get the right crowd, it's funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Like, the joke boat was definitely entertaining.
Joke Boat's good. Dictionarium is good. Champed Up is pretty funny. As long as people aren't dick, about it and they try to like make it racist, then that's pretty funny too.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the shirt KO thingy. What was that called?
TKO.
Yeah. I just enjoyed it, and
Can we borrow the helicopter?
Oh shit, that's a wrench.
You get there, you'll got it.
Alright.
Just try not to die in the process.
Whoa,
We're
now.
short on personnel as it is. Hope one out.
go ninja go. Have a good luck. I'm just like a fan of soccer when we yell for our favorite team.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm very glad that you're being my trying to think of a name of what I'm trying to say, like motivational speaker.
Yeah. Like you look amazing, by the way.
Thanks, homie. I always try to look purty. Oh shit, that's a tall boy. Oh.
Oh, yep.
He's not purty. In fact, actually, he's quite fucking ugly.
If you call my friend Ninja ugly, you know that this Ninja told me here, I'm gonna blast somebody with an AK-47.
I never said that. Yeah, not Gretty. It's alright. Like, don't let the haters get to you. It's
Oh,
alright.
yeah. No.
There's a difference between making lighthearted of it versus getting offended by it. We don't want to, let it get to us.
Yeah, I understood.
How did... I mean, I get that I tripped the birds, but someone still blew them up with a grenade, so how did it still get me to say I startled them after the fact? That makes no sense. There's, like, no more birds to startle anymore. What did I do, startle the ghosts?
Nope. Does that help?
I'm trying to get to you, Vader.
And to be honest, you are pretty good at dying, like, seriously. For real, you are amazing. You are the best player dying life.
Thank you, Gretty. I appreciate that. I've played the game before. I've already beaten the game once. That's mostly what you're seeing. Is just my memories of my old session coming back to me.
Is it hard?
Not really. The difficulty I picked was on normal mode. I like to just enjoy the cutscenes. I'm not trying to necessarily beat it on a higher difficulty.
The fictional city of Haran is in
No
Turkey,
matter
by
how
the
shitty
way.
things seem, at least I get to hang
The
out with you
fictional
guys.
city of Haran, or
got
whatever
blood on
it
my
is
boots.
called.
The fictional setting of Haran, you're saying?
Yeah, and it's set on Turkey, by the way. And we have backstory with the Turkey. We were occupied on the Balkans on the 14th towards the 20th century. We got liberated in 1912 on 28th of November 1912, and we were like still on the occupation of the Ottomans until 1912.
Let's do this.
That's all, boy.
Dude, tall boy, just die, please, just die.
And then Ninja, we were occupied by Italy in 1939 in World War II until 1943 when Italy got surrendered by World War II and in World War II and Benito Mussolini was executed. And then towards the September 1943 and towards 1944 we were occupied by the Germans, and we have liberated it on 1944. We ended the war earlier, and since 1945 towards the 90s were the communism times. We have a pretty like confused history. We are there.
Yeah, pretty long story, basically.
I've got you, Evangelo.
I gotcha. Everyone's story is different. Shit, I set the alarm off. Alright, Raider, I guess we're pushing through. Go, 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 onward! Except for when there's a sleeper on you, Evangelo.
I hate Evangelo, to be honest. He's kind of annoying, so he's kind of annoying.
I mean, Evangelo can be a little bit of a dork sometimes, but I mean, he doesn't bother me as much.
Hoffman's quotes are pretty funnier as hell. Hoffman can be a funny guy.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Dude, just die, zombies. This is where it gets a little bit ridiculous when there's just special infected literally all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you look like you need it.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, Vader, here's a first aid cabinet if you want to get some.
Ian. There we go.
Ninja, I really like Michigan that much. I know it's a bit like racist against Albanian people, but I don't care. I like
Hopefully
Michigan.
something left in here.
You'd like what?
They can Michigan.
Oh, Michigan? Ah.
Yeah,
why would
I
it be
like
racist?
Michigan. The people can be a bit, not too much.
What, do people not like Michigan?
Let's do this. That's it,
Um,
Dottie. Let's see what's in
The
here.
people can be a bit racist sometimes, but besides that, I love Michigan as a state.
I'll take this.
Well, thank you, homie. I appreciate that you're having an open mind.
And I love New York because of its like expensive prices.
You like it because of its expensive prices? That's definitely something you don't hear too often. A lot of people don't really care for expensive
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah, I like the Times Square, where you can have fun, you can have your own entertainment, especially around the New Year's and Christmas times. It's a lot of fun.
Reloading.
I don't even know where the hell I got flung to.
So Ninja, how was your day today?
So far so good. I only woke up about like 2 hours ago, and
What you did?
yeah, basically I woke up at like noon. But yeah, right now I'm just streaming with you guys, and then a little bit later I gotta do some school stuff, and then after the school stuff I'm gonna move some furniture around in my house, because that dresser that's no longer my bedroom that you guys are used to seeing, we're trying to put in the basement.
I hope you get successful, Ninja. I hope you get successful.
Thanks, homie. I appreciate that.
Hey, Ninja, I will be like scanotography. I'll get into scanotography after the 9th grade. Like,
Did you say something with photography? You were lagging at the end of your sentence.
Yeah, scanotography. Yeah, I'll get into scanotography. And
Come on, big guy.
I would move to Manchester. I think I'll move to Manchester. Manchester in the UK, United Kingdom. And anyways, I have like a collection of movies, like American movies. Some only one I have a British movie. One of the movies is in Estonian, and one of them is Korean. Actually, and one Chinese.
Guys, get in this building before I shoot the spore so that way we don't die.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I want to have us hold down the fort because it's the closest that we've gotten to beating the end like the whole entire time. Like, normally, like, half of us are dead by this part, and that's why it's, like, literally impossible, but we've actually been, like, doing quite well recently. Although our teammates just left and became bots, so we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Really? They left?
Yeah.
I loved your Godfather game of God of War's gameplay, by the way, and it was really good quality. The best editing you made.
Yeah, didn't you say that was like one of your favorite walkthroughs or like favorite games in general? Because I like God of War. I mean, I think it was a pretty solid game. I know Vader said that too.
Play the classic one, not the modern game.
Oh, I got you.
Thank you, Wilma.
I'm excited for Ragnarok.
Ragnarok could be quite good if it's executed properly.
I was so disappointed about the remake of GTA remastered of GTA Vice City, GTA 3, and GTA San Andreas. I was so disappointed that I'll
Yeah, Rockstar didn't really handle that remake quite well.
Yeah, and Call of Duty Vanguard, it sucked ass.
Thank you! Someone agrees with me on that for once.
Yeah, I definitely hated the multiplayer. I hated it, but the zombies were kind of boring.
Oh, the zombies in Vanguard are terrible. It's inexcusably terrible.
Yeah.
It's more simplistic than basically World at War was.
Yeah, but the campaign,
It's literally the most bare zombies map we've had in modern day.
Yeah, and the campaign, it was decent, but we didn't need Warzone. Jeez.
Recently, Charlie Intel spoke to like Infinity Ward guys and stuff like that, talking about the recent Call of Duties and their honest opinions on it. Nice to hear a refreshing take on it. And by the way, we finally got to the safe room for once, so thank God.
Thank God. Oh my
Don't know where you're going, but the safe room's over here.
Ninja and the Call of Duty World War II, it disappointed me a bit. The Last of Us Part 2 was like, the story was too violent, so it was just like those revenge.
Holy shit,
movies or
104
something
points,
like
let's go.
that.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews about The Last of Us 2. I heard basically the first one was like amazing, and then like Naughty Dog, like for the second one, basically like fucked it up.
By the way, we beat that one.
Yeah, finally, like the first try. See, this is what I was telling you guys about how that we just come back to it the next day, and then boom, automatically we got it.
Yeah. But we done like
And
5 times, maybe?
Well, I don't think necessarily on stream we'll get it done tonight because I'm streaming before I have all my stuff here today, so I would have to actually only go as max of like 2 hours today. I'm gonna do streams from 2:30 to 4:30 Eastern today, just because I got a lot of time to do a speech for school, and then I also got to move furniture. So today I'm just more busy than I would be like I was yesterday. So I'll probably play just in my free time, just not on stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's not a big deal though. We'll still have fun.
That sounds good.
Hey, Glowy, how's it going? Everyone, please say hello to
Hi,
Glowy
Glowy.
inside the chats, or I know it's known now as Xavier, but hey, what's up, Glowy? It's good to see you. Welcome back to another live stream, my friend. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you're having a good weekend here. Let me know if you're enjoying seeing the Back for Blood stream.
Ninja, I am saying hi to Glowy, and
Yeah, Glowy, Grady says hi.
Hello,
And I
Glowy.
hope you have a nice
you?
day.
That's sweet of you, dude.
Hey, Ninja.
Glowy says, I'm good, how are you? And he goes, hi, and he goes, aw, you too. He appreciates your kind words, Grady.
I'm fine, just fucking around with Vader.
You're fucking?
and,
Oh, I didn't know that. Ladies and gentlemen, Grady's having sex on my live stream. Who knew that would have happened?
Oh!
No, fucking around like speaking, like having a conversation.
No, I know. It's just that you pause for a second at like a bad timing, like we're fucking, and then you stop for a second, like there was no comma in that sentence. You used a period.
Come on,
That's why grammar is needed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But I use the word fucking around like for conversations and talking about stuff, not for anything else.
Yeah, we're fucking around. We're not fucking.
Yeah, we're just fucking around, having fun and playing some Back 4 Blood.
Glowy, do you own Back 4 Blood? I'm curious.
No, but I just watched the walkthroughs and it was good.
Oh, I was asking Glowy, my G.
He tried to like.
Oh,
Pistol.
sorry.
It's good, it's good. I mean, if you have it too, though, I mean, like, you can definitely feel free to answer. Well, didn't you say you actually had it earlier, though? Or did you just say you just your favorite characters are? You don't actually own the game, do you?
No.
Well, Gritty, do you play on the Xbox One, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox 360? Which Xbox do you own?
I do not play on Xbox. I only play on PlayStation.
Ah, well, Back 4 Blood's a PlayStation game.
I'm not an Xbox guy.
But you can get Back 4 Blood on the PlayStation, so I'm just curious you don't own Back 4 Blood.
I just like to enjoy and have some fun.
Where the heck was the birds that I scared? I didn't see any damn birds.
I know why.
How the hell? What the fuck is with these ghost birds I'm scaring?
I know why.
Glowy says, sadly, I do not own Back 4 Blood. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just curious. I just like to see who does or who does not.
Sniper rifle.
Tell Chloe why do you have something DC?
Bridge that gap.
Because I think it's shy.
Something left in here.
Back 4 Blood's on PC, PlayStation, Xbox. He just might not own it just because he might not have the money, or he just doesn't care, or etc. etc. It could be a multitude of reasons.
This way.
Some meds here.
I need a match. Thank you. Oh, we tried the boat or something?
No, we gotta go back the other way. We gotta go. Oh shit! There's a breaker, boys.
No way. Well.
Right behind the fence.
Oh.
I would get back to shore. Dude, the screen's shaking so violently. This is a terrible spot to get a breaker in.
I know why. Kill that. Oh my god.
Guys, he's beating Vader's ass. Kill him. Ooh, kill him.
Do not kill.
No time to scream around.
Kill the
Do
breaker.
not kill Vader. Help
Yeah,
Vader.
the breaker died.
He dead.
Yeah, I heard footsteps and I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized it was like, oh, the breaker's coming to spank me.
Really?
Rip. Hey,
Oh my god, so now.
Ninja.
You see that? Rift over there. Cover me. Reloading.
Hey, Ninja.
Not me.
What's up?
When I heard about Chadwick Boseman's death, I couldn't
The old
control
mansion.
myself. I
Something's
just
not right.
cried like a fucking maniac. When I heard of the Black Panther.
Help!
Oh fuck! Oh no! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
Help! Get my attention.
This is a bad spot to have a tall boy in. This is a horrible spot to be in. We're all dying on this damn boat.
Okay, Ninja, can you help me up?
Once I heal myself.
Help
There we
Vader,
go.
please.
Vader, just use the force.
Rest
Oh,
easy.
and the comments killed Evangelo.
Rest easy.
Gotta reload.
Someone died.
Yo, thanks for 5 viewers in the chat, by the way, everybody. I appreciate you.
Ninja, which is your favorite Star Wars character?
I'm not really too big on Star Wars as much as a lot of people, but I remember back in the day when I was younger, I really liked Anakin Skywalker, to be honest.
Anakin?
Yeah, I like Anakin. I think Anakin's kind of underrated, honestly. But not Anakin as Darth Vader, I like just normal Anakin. Like when Anakin was a good guy, you know?
My Darth Vader. I'm not helping Darth Vader.
My favorite is Han Solo and Princess Leia. my favorite characters of
Han Solo is pretty cool too. Harrison Ford's interpretation of it is pretty neat.
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford.
Just depends on how you look at it. Jesus Christ, we're getting destroyed.
I know why.
Ninja. Harrison Ford is a legend.
Yeah, Harrison Ford is pretty cool, although I'm just more familiar with his other rules like Indiana Jones rather than Star Wars.
Here. Ammo here.
Indiana Jones.
That's what Harrison Ford plays as Indiana Jones. I know him more for that role, to be honest.
They done?
Damn, last year on April I saw you. What do you mean by that, Glowy? Was that like the first time you saw me? Are you referring to the one we did The Walking Dead Season 2? And, like, you showed up for the last episode where I was, like, saying goodbye to Kenny, and, like, that was, like, April of last year? Has it really been that long ago? Has it already been almost a year? Wow. It's felt longer than less than a year, my homie. Like, it's only been 10 months since I've known you. That's a surprise. It's felt, like, longer.
How did Kenny die?
I felt like I've known you all my life.
Ninja, how these I have since I've met you for the first time.
I have to think about that one. Everybody usually tunes in for a different game, and some people stick around for only that one game, so, some people, are more memorable than others. I'm just trying to think of what game that was the one that brought you to the channel. Are you, because you knew through Left 4 Dead on the YouTube channel first, I know that most certainly. And then you came to the Twitch, like, only just recently.
I came, through your God of War,
Yeah, well, the first stream you were at was God of War, but I don't remember the first YouTube video you watched, because I don't know if you commented on the first one you joined. You would be the one that would know that better than I do.
It always amazes me what you can find in someone's field.
Wait, Nathan, how did Kenny die?
Well, here's the thing, is that in The Walking Dead, when I played it with you guys, I chose the ending where I let Kenny live. Kenny died in the first playthrough I did when I was just playing it by myself back when the game originally came out several years ago, because the initial first time I chose to kill Kenny. If you wanted to kill Kenny in The Walking Dead Season 2, you would have shot him. But however, though, there's also another one where, if you chose to, keep him alive in Season 3, depending on what your choices were, he, dies indirectly also, too, as well.
In a car accident and devoured by walkers.
Yeah, that's what happens if you let him live and you decide to go with him.
Like,
the only time Kenny can technically air quote live the whole thing is, I think, of the ending I got, where you decide to go to the one, I don't know what the group was called, but like the one survivor shelter and choose to separate. That's the only time I think Kenny never dies, because I think they never explicitly state if he dies off camera or not. Because in that ending where you go to the one place and you say you'll stay and he'll leave, you never see his death. So it's never confirmed if he ever does live in any ending. It's either he dies or it's just not shown.
And Ninja, I've played the final season of The Walking Dead. It was good, but some of the characters were some.
I'm even wearing the Clementine hat if anybody hasn't even noticed.
Clem is.
Dude, I almost want to start bringing back content of The Walking Dead. Like, the thing is, though, is that I just don't know how I would execute it, because, like, I hypothetically could just play the game again, but I don't know if it's too soon. But one of the things I definitely most certainly think I could do that I think a lot of people would enjoy is bringing back rankings to The Walking Dead. Because that's one of the few games that I can actually say that a lot of people would like to see outside the normal games we play, because everyone, from the reception I saw, really liked when I played The Walking Dead. It's not oversaturated where there's really a lot of people making content on it, so when people make modern content about it, it feels refreshing. Really, the only person I know that makes Walking Dead content still, for Telltale is Dom the Bomb. See, Telltale's still around. Actually, by the way, fun fact, if anybody's even a remote fan of Telltale games, I got good news, actually. There's something really cool that I wanted to mention for them. Even though they went bankrupt in 2018, they still were around. They actually managed to survive the bankruptcy. They just had to downsize significantly. In 2019, they said they would eventually come back. And just recently, they announced the Wolves Among Us 2. They have the rights to that still, so they're making it, and that's going to be coming out, I believe, this year or next year. And I really am curious, because even though technically I've never played any Telltale game other than The Walking Dead, I am curious to see if the time from when they last made a game, which I think was the last season of The Walking Dead with Skybound, I want to see if that year from like 4 years ago, if they've made any improvements since then. I want to see if their games are still just the same, or if they made like any drastic changes. In fact, actually, maybe one day we might actually play some other Telltale games just to get more familiarized with it, because I know they got The Wolf Among Us, Game of Thrones, they have a Minecraft story mode, which is pretty interesting. Just the Batman games. The Batman games would probably be the one I would play next, just because I like Batman. But yeah, Telltale games, there's some pretty cool ones, in my opinion. But in my humble opinion, yeah, I think that probably I would love to somehow bring back The Walking Dead. And now I hypothetically could do it through the Clementine comics, but I really don't like the direction that they're going, like, with the author Tilly. I reviewed the one that she gave, the little demo or snippet, to, like, set up for the trilogy of novels. But I agree that, you know, most of the community thinks that it's not the Clementine we're familiar with, because Tilly doesn't seem to be familiarized with the character to really get it. Because, like, at the first comic that they gave, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I was gonna be like, okay, you know what? This seems completely polar opposite of what we know, but it was just a teaser. I'm completely willing to bear with it to see if it gets any better. Maybe she just was setting up something for a larger plot line. And, you know, because typically, you know, like, when people get a good ending, they don't know if they want to continue to risk making installments into a series and risk the ending being not as satisfying anymore, or if people just want to leave it the way it is. Because The Walking Dead last game did wrap up in a nice big bow. Everyone got a happy ending with Clementine living no matter what decisions you made. She just always lives, which was cool to see. But the thing is, though, is that leaving the book, because technically the book is labeled as canon, which hypothetically I wish it was just not, but it's labeled as canon according to Skybound. But anywho, basically the thing is that the main reason why I feel like that a lot of people just don't like is because it's not authentic to what we've learned. Like, I know that the game is diverse and it has different endings based off of everyone's decisions, but there is some stuff that's the same for everybody, and characteristics of Clem just don't match up in the writing style of Tilly. I wanted to, like I said, give it the benefit of the doubt, but the problem is, though, is that it's seeming like it's getting more and more different. Like, for example, in the book, the first book that they listed by Tilly, the one that you can pre-order, 3 things that seem automatically confirmed that I just personally am not a fan of is that, number one, it legitimately seems like Clementine has just disregarded AJ, which is just the biggest difference that I think is the most noticeable, is that Clementine looks at AJ as basically her surrogate son. And even though AJ is sometimes got the darker tendencies, he ends up being a good kid by the end, in my opinion. But the problem is, though, is AJ in the book basically doesn't do anything with AJ. Like, Clementine just basically just fucks off and just goes on her own, which is not like her. Second of all, also as well, is that there seems to be no focus on anything prior to the games. Like, AJ is definitely a big thing. Like, of all characters, AJ is one of the only few that always lives. So it would be easy to bring him back, but they didn't, which was weird. And then some of the other characters, like some that are determined, it was Violet, Lewis, and Ten by the end. Those guys were all different. Not every one of them lived, depending on what ending you took. I get that. But there were some other characters that could have easily been brought back, like the non-determinate ones, like, you know, there could have been, what's his face? Oh, what the fuck is his name?
Javier?
No, well, Javier, hypothetically, yeah, because Javier always lives. That would be a Season 3 character. They could bring back Javier. They could have brought back some other season characters, like, hypothetically, who's another character they could bring back? I'm thinking of Season 4 people, but hypothetically, they could bring back other seasons. They could have always brought back, the Season 4 kids from the boarding school. I'm just trying to think of their names. Omar's one. A Sim is another one. I'm trying to think of the one kid, the younger kid, like the youngest of the group. Willie, yeah, Willie. They're like those guys could have been brought back because they always live. Molly, especially Molly. Yeah, Molly from season 1. No one ever realized what happened to her. She just kind of left.
You found something good? Or
And Clem would have remembered her because they met Paz once. I mean, hell, Clem remembers Lily.
I hated Lily, seriously.
But, yeah, like, they didn't address anything. The only thing they did was, like, look at the boarding school and just Clem leaving it, that's all. And the last thing also, too, is that...
cover me.
And
Reload.
keep in mind, I don't want people to get the wrong idea when I say this. But... I really, honest to God, do not give a shit about these new kids that they're trying to portray in the story. And I don't like how connected seems that they're trying to make Clem attached to these guys because we don't even know why she would have any remote connection to them at all.
Pretty messed up.
Like, one character immediately Clementine falls in love with, and I just don't care for that. Because, like, Clem has only ever had feelings for... Technically, you can make her flirt with Gabe in Season 3. And then Season 4, you have the most with either Lewis or Violet, depending on if you want to make Clem gay or not. That's not the point, though. It's not about being gay. It's more about just making Clem in a relationship, period. The idea is, though, is that one of the female characters that she runs across, Clem seems to catch feelings for. But the thing is, though, is that the book, so far, it seems like it's taking place a little bit, like, after Season 4 ended. Like, not, like... immediately and not by a lot. It's like intermediate because you can tell based off the boarding school looking almost kind of like abandoned and looks like people have moved on, and it seems like it maybe takes place like a year or two or so later. But the problem is that there's two major plot holes with that. Is that number one is that depending on your choice, because that's the problem, is the book is taking away some story elements for a lot of people because they have to cut decisions somewhere. They can't make a book based off of everybody's different decisions they made. I get that. But relationships is definitely a big one. Like, leaving AJ makes no sense. And then also the relationships. Here's the thing, is that if you choose to make the decision of either trusting AJ or not trusting AJ, you get two choices. You either result in your love interest dying or Tennessee dying. If you trust AJ, AJ will accidentally kill Tennessee. And if you don't trust AJ, he won't shoot his gun on the bridge when we're getting attacked by Ten's sister, which was, I think, what was her name?
Minerva.
Minerva, thank you. When Minerva is on the bridge with the zombies, if you don't trust AJ, he won't shoot, which results in either Lewis or Violet dying, depending on who you made your love interest, because it's always the love interest that dies. So the problem is that if you look at it from the point of view where Clem's love interest dies, then Clem seems to basically almost move on with, like, no hesitation, which is off-putting. And the other decision is that if your character lives, then why would she move on if her love interest didn't die? You know what I mean? If they die, that would make sense because you could say time has passed, although where's the grieving stages of Clementine? Because that would make at least a little bit more sense if she had some grieving. Because otherwise it's just like, oh, hey, you know, you died. Fuck off. I'm gonna go get a new love interest. Or the other one is that she doesn't have her love interest die. It's like, did they break up for no reason? Like, what the hell happened?
Gonna need a ride out of here and soon. Over.
And Ninja and
Up
Mr.
At least we'll be going home in
Whisper guy
style.
James,
Let's just make sure it's not
he was kind of an asshole, but still a polite guy.
James in The Walking Dead is an interesting character. James has one of the most biggest character developments because James is either your best friend by the end of it and dies, or he lives and he becomes your enemy. And that's all based off of how you treat AJ. As much as James was messed up in, like, believing that walkers were like people, he still did want to be a good person at the end of the day, despite his weird tendencies. Like, for example, he always encouraged you to not make AJ corrupted. That was one of the things that I liked. Despite James's past and being a whisperer and being, like, you know, a horrible person before in the past, he wanted you to not have AJ kill. And he only ends up turning on you if you make AJ kill Lily. And even when he does, all he just tries to do is just separate you from AJ. Which basically is kind of like what Lily did, but, like, in his mind, he's trying to do better. He's trying to keep AJ away from violence, not put him into violent situations. Ironically, James ends up being like Lily in that sense by trying to kidnap AJ, but for different reasons. But yeah, like, every character by Season 4 had different... And in fact, honestly, I think Season 4, other than Season 2, had the most diversity with its endings. Because technically, Clem will always live at the end of Season 4, and everyone always does get that ending. But the character development is the most different in a long time. Because either James is your enemy or dies. Lily either dies and, like, you know, you corrupt AJ or not. AJ can hypothetically be either really evil or really good at the end of the series. Now, he'll always save you and he'll always like you, but he can have a... If you read the end credits where it says, like, what type of person he became, he can become a pretty fucked up person. And really only, like, basically Clementine. Lewis could die, Violet could die, Tennessee could die. Like, a lot of characters could die in a lot of horrible ways. But some can live. Now, like I said, I've had a different story when I played with you guys. When I played the initial first time, I made some decisions that were similar, but some were also different. And if I were to play another Walking Dead go through again, I would probably also make some different decisions just to give you guys variety, so it's just not copy and paste. Because there is a lot of different endings that are still kind of satisfying in that game, and I would love to definitely play it again. I've been thinking about all the old walkthrough games that we have done, and there is some that I would love to not only just play again, but also just bring back onto the channels again, and The Walking Dead is one of them. Oh, there's a hag, by the way. Like, if I brought back The Walking Dead, I would love to play the game just to play the game, but I would also like to rank things, I would also like to talk about storyline. I just like talking about the story. I think that my favorite games were the decision-based ones, funnily enough, which ends up coming down to The Walking Dead, Detroit Become Human, Ghost of Tsushima even a little bit, stuff like that. And I would love to just take the games I've done stories on and just talk about them more and just revisit them again. Not all the time, because I know that people said that, you know, they wouldn't want that all the time, but I would like to just sprinkle them in again, you know. I said that before. I said, like, you know, hey, like, guys, occasionally would you like to see another game? And, like, you know, everyone said sure, so hey, why not?
Did I die?
You fell off into the water and drowned.
Ninja, what Kenny did to Carver, it was fucked up.
Yeah, Kenny is also another character, like, oh, that you guys have no idea. In my humble opinion, if I ever ranked decisions in The Walking Dead, like if I ever like did a ranking and I did decisions, I honestly think killing Jane or killing Kenny was the hardest decision that the series ever shown. Because here's the thing, is that decision is just fucked up. like there's no really satisfying ending to that season. Like, you really, really have to make a hard decision about either choosing to basically kill Kenny, who is, like, one of the original Season 1 characters, and basically is, like... He's basically the second closest thing to a father figure other than Lee that Clementine ever had. And, or you have to trust Kenny and let him basically kill everybody that you knew. And you have to watch him basically descend into madness. Cause one video I saw a long time ago, about like a few months ago, and it was really deep to look at, it was, we don't talk about Kenny from The Walking Dead. And basically the way that the guy looked at it, he says that the Kenny in Season 2 is not the Kenny that you fell in love with in Season 1. Because the Kenny that's in Season 2 is basically like Clem's abusive stepfather. If you really think about it, like, Kenny is like an abusive stepfather to Clementine. Like, he's a good person, but he's also a fucked up person. He makes Clementine be in these uncomfortable situations where he's like, oh, just trust me, just trust me, just trust me. You have to basically either tell Kenny to fuck off and you're being a bad person and basically separate and distance yourself from him, or you have to basically watch him make these horrible decisions and be a bad person in the hopes that you can trust him by the end. Because here's the thing, is that Kenny's character development is in such a way there literally is no... You can't dabble. You have to commit to Kenny or not. Either you immediately have to cut ties with Kenny, or you have to watch him, you know, do what he does till the very end. Because the only time that Kenny becomes basically, like, satisfying of a character is when you're at the very end. Wellington, that's what I was thinking of. Wellington's the location. The only time Kenny gets any sort of character development to where he rounds off and becomes a good person again is when you go back to Wellington and he gives you this persona of like, yo, we made it, we made it, we made it. And he even also makes a heartbreaking decision where he offers to leave for you and let you stay at Wellington with AJ. Which was one of the last, like, decisions that Kenny could have made that basically made him redeemable, because it's sad because you can tell, and it really broke me, it really made me sad because that was the first time I ever got that ending, is that Kenny is basically a broken character. You see that he's been through the worst shit imaginable, basically seeing his family die, and then his second attempt at a family also die. And really, all that Kenny has even remotely left is Clementine and AJ. Because Clementine was, you know, someone he raised basically through with the original group with Lee. And, you know, AJ's just a brand new innocent kid. Of course, what is he going to have against a brand new baby that he can basically call as his stepson? He basically was trying to make Clem his stepdaughter and AJ his stepson. And the problem was that even when they got to Wellington, when Kenny was told that, hey, we only have enough room for so many people, we have to turn you away, Kenny makes one last sacrifice and says, do you have enough room for at least two? And basically says, you know, oh god, I'm choking up thinking about it, is that basically he knows that it's either go this far for nothing or separate one last time again from his fucking family that he tried to make. And it's the most gut-wrenching fucking thing ever, because you can tell that it makes Kenny fucking miserable to make that decision. Like, he almost... I genuinely don't want to believe this, but it wouldn't surprise me if after you leave Kenny in Wellington that if he would have killed himself. It would not surprise me. Because, like, with Katja and Duck dying in the first season, from when you see him next, he makes another family. And that's cool, but then that family in Season 2 gets destroyed. And it really fucks him up, especially if you're the one that chooses to, like, cut off, what the hell's her name? What is Kenny's second love interest in Season 2?
Sandra!
Sandra, thank you. When you cut off her arm, Kenny initially blames you and doesn't realize you were just trying to save her, which makes it feel even worse. That's another unsatisfying decision, in my opinion. Is either Kenny thinks that you basically tried to kill her, or you basically let her die, which sucks.
Carver.
But yeah, I'll address the Carver thing with Kenny in a second, but it just sucks because Kenny was beaten down so many fucking times, and you just can't help but feel bad for him. He loses everybody. And by the end of it, I mean, you can choose to stay with him, which is also another commitment to Kenny. You can
watch Kenny brutally fucking...
After that shit, yeah, he probably killed himself.
robot.
Sarita, thank you. It's not Sandra, Sarita, thank you. I was gonna be like, I knew it was an S, it was Sarita. But, yeah, no, like, Sarita dies, and then Clem and AJ are in a situation where, like, you as a player have to choose to stay with Kenny or not. Like, Kenny really, honest to God, would much rather have you stay in Wellington. You can tell that, but you can choose to be, a family person, say, no, we're not leaving you. Now, here's the thing, is that in that decision, like I said, if you choose to leave Kenny at Wellington, you never see him die. Which is good, you know that he doesn't die, but like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if Kenny just flat out fucking killed himself, which is a morbid ending to think about his character development, but it shows you that Kenny was just a broken person trying to do the right thing, and that's why it broke my heart, is because I hated to see him go through that, especially knowing how much of a sweet, honest person Kenny was.
Oh, what about, like, Lee? What do you have to think about Lee, Carly, and Doug?
Here's the thing, is that when I look at all the characters, they all are slightly different, but they all have one final defining feature, is that no matter what you do, they all have kind of a similar fate, where basically Lee was, Lee, as we know, was not a good person. We know that Lee, like, initially killed his wife from cheating on him. So he did murder them, that's why he went to jail in the first place. But Lee does make up for it by, you know, trying to raise Clementine and be a good person. I honestly think it was a fluke for Lee. I don't think that he meant to be a horrible person. I don't think he meant to flat out kill his wife slash the person that they were cheating with.
First aid cabinet.
I think it was just a blind fit of rage, and it honestly, in my opinion, what I think was okay. At least just the once. Kenny was a good person, but just was broken by the end, which just sucks. Either that, or you stick with him and he just dies anyway. Carver, I honestly think Carver was a sadistic son of a bitch. Carver's probably the worst enemy throughout the whole series, because he does shit like kill his own people. He literally tries to, honestly, it was coming full circle with Kenny. The fact that he basically almost beat Kenny to death, it doesn't surprise me Kenny returned the favor and tried to also beat him to death, although it is a little bit morbid that Kenny does invite you to watch. That I never chose to do. I know some people did, but I feel like that the more you lean towards the side of evil Kenny, the more fucked up that made Clem in Season 3. Because Season 3's Clementine is my least favorite Clementine, because it's a reflection of the events after what happened in Season 2. And I feel like the more fucked up things you did in Season 2 made Clementine more fucked up by Season 3. She ends up becoming a round character by the end of it. Clem's character is innocent and progressively getting more morbid until by the end of Season 4. Where basically it's like Clem is innocent child to teenager that foresees these horrible events. Then young adult where she basically has to feel like she's alone, and then Javier luckily comes in clutch. And basically grounds her back to reality and realizes that everything's okay. And then by 4, she becomes basically a more dynamic round character and decides to take care of AJ, which is really, really cool. She never gave up hope on AJ, which made me happy. Some other characters like fell flat, some other ones died, but I think that Kenny, Clem, and AJ and Lee and those four were probably the most. Actually, no, also Javier. I think that Lee, Kenny, AJ, Clem, and Javier are like the main 5 that are a lot of people that remember. The other characters are definitely cool. Don't get me wrong, but those are I think the main 5 most people think of.
And what Carver did to Reggie was fucked up. Like,
oh, he literally just shoved him off of a building for like not doing plant work. Like, legitimately, like, Reggie is, like, the nicest guy there, and Carver, like, legitimately just shoves him off of a fucking building for not trimming plants. Carver is very similar to the governor from the books.
For a fucking plant. What the fuck is wrong with Carver? He killed Alvin, AJ's father, and
well, we don't know that. We don't know that. That was never confirmed if AJ's father was Carver. That was just a rumor. We don't know if it was definitive, because by the end of the series, they never give us a definitive answer. It's left open.
But here's the thing.
We never found out if it was Alan or not. You know definitively if it's Carver, my G.
And Troy deserved to die. James shot Troy in the fucking dick.
Yeah, that was pretty gruesome, as getting shot in the dick and then being eaten by zombies. Troy didn't have a pleasant way to go.
Like, how could he beat up Kenny's eye, for fuck's sake? That was fucking brutal.
Now, see, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that when it comes to The Walking Dead, they all had a theme. Season 1 was about opportunity. Season 1 was being like, okay, the apocalypse initially happens. How are we going to get through this? How, as a character, you as Lee in this instance, are going to survive the apocalypse, but also take care of your group and also a little girl. Then in Season 2, you play as Clementine. It's about, like, how do you recover from what remains? About basically the fallout of Season 1. And then Season 3 is about trying to find hope again, where it's basically like Season 2 left really no good endings. And all of them had their own different sense of sorrow to them. And it was basically about like rebuilding again, getting a sense of hope back. And then Season 4 was basically about coming full circle, where AJ takes care of, Clem takes care of AJ like Lee took care of Clem. you as your character see the little girl become a mom figure to AJ, and honestly it's quite sweet. Although I know some people don't really care for AJ as much as Clem, but I think that AJ, you know, taking care of him was kind of a cool full circle thing in my opinion.
What did you think of Arvo, like that Russian guy with glasses?
Oh, Arvo can fuck off. He's an idiot. Like, people don't realize that Arvo literally just becomes evil no matter what you do. Arvo literally will actually fuck you over regardless if you take his medicine or not. People don't realize that.
And he lost his fucking sister! He lost his sister, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, no, like, legitimately, Arvo is a piece of shit no matter what you do. Fuck Arvo.
And the scumbag.
But no, yeah, AJ did have some dark tendencies, but that doesn't necessarily mean he has to be linked to Carver. Legitimately, it doesn't mean he has to.
Nice one, Nitsab. Nice work.
Yeah, nice work, by the way. I think, honestly, that here's the thing, is that The Walking Dead has its ups and downs, and that's what made it a riveting story. It doesn't have a satisfying ending until it's complete. The Walking Dead, and just the premise of the whole entire idea of the game in general is that it's based off of your decisions. Some decisions are the same no matter what you do, and I get that. That's one of the things that Telltale was given a lot of crap for, was that some endings didn't feel like it was your choice. But for the most part, you have to understand is that Telltale did try their hardest. Like, in fact, you can look this up. A single episode of The Walking Dead by Telltale was the size of 2 novels for the story and all the different decisions that you made. If they wanted to make it even more branching, I can't imagine how much paper that would have been. Like, legitimately, you could see it stacked like this. It was that big. And to their credit, that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to make my own story with Invasions, because I saw the Walking Dead series. I'm like, I want to do something like that, you know? And I'll tell you this, is that's not easy. I got 57 pages out of 15 endings. Like, just my story. Like, it's a lot of work. I think, honestly, The Walking Dead, it's not necessarily perfect by any means, but what it was is that it showed you what it was like to live in the apocalypse, and even though it's not perfect, it just shows you what type of person you'll end up being. It shows you rather, like, what you would do. It's not about, like, what Clementine and Lee and Kenny would do at the end of the day. They're characters, most certainly, for sure, but it's more rather like, you are Lee, you are Clementine, you are Kenny, you are Javier. Like, sure, they're characters, but you choose what they do. And at the end of the day, it's your decision. So it's more rather like a story about what you would do in the zombie apocalypse. And that also makes me want to address the Kenny Jane situation at the end of season 2, is because once again, that decision, I think, honestly reflects whether or not you're a certain person or not. Because here's the thing, is that shooting Lee is a tough decision. Choosing to have AJ almost kill you as Clementine at the end is also very similar to that situation. Season 3, trying to, like, lead Gabe and keep Kate alive, you know, or not Jane, why did I say Jane? Kate and Gabe alive. That also was another hard decision, because it's hard in The Walking Dead Season 3. I think The Walking Dead Season 3, it was hard to keep everyone alive because most people had a hard time keeping either Kate and Gabe alive, or just keeping one of them alive, because some decisions that aren't explicitly told, like, hey, keep this character alive or sacrifice this one like you normally used to. There's some nano decisions in The Walking Dead Season 3 that decide whether or not that Gabe and Kate live, because I realized, I found this out, I thought that originally you could keep Dave alive on top of Kate and Gabe, but no, you can only keep either just Dave, or just Gabe, or just Kate, or just Gabe, or one of them alive. I think you can only end up ever having the most of 2 of them alive. I don't think you can ever keep all 3. But out of all those decisions, the reason why I say keeping Kenny or Jane alive by the end of season 2 is the hardest, because it really, in my opinion, is the hardest decision. Shows how much of a different person you can be. You either commit to family, regardless of how fucked up the situation would be, or you try to do the tough call and try to do what is, in my opinion, the right thing, despite the title of what you might know somebody as. Because in my opinion, the reason why I think it's so difficult is because we know Kenny, it's established that we know Kenny, and we know that if you stick with him to the very end, he is a good person. He's just a fucked up person and broken. But how willingness are you willing to go for family is the question. Are you really legitimately going to let Kenny kill several fucking people in such gruesome ways just because you consider him family?
No.
Exactly, because I've done both. I killed Kenny the first time, and I've let Kenny live, also the second time. Now, keep in mind, I'm also making these decisions based off of being at different ages, because I played the Walking Dead games when they came out at different ages. I played Season 1 when I was 12, Season 2 when I was 14, Season 3 when I was 16, and 4 when I was 18, and then I played them all again when I was 20. And I had so much temptation the second time around to kill Kenny again. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and it was definitely worth in my opinion, but if I made the decision a third time, I feel like if I were to coin flip, I probably would kill Kenny more often than I would let him live. In my opinion, based off of who I am. I think that Kenny being family is definitely not an excuse to let him do all the horrible shit that he does. And also, too, is that its first impressions, too, also definitely are the more fair one. Because, here's the thing, one last thing I want to say before I let you speak, Gritty, because I think that this is a good thing to round off, is that the reason why I try to go into story games the very first time without looking them up ahead of time is because if you know ahead of time, it's not a genuine decision. And whatever your first decision is the genuine decision that you would make in the heat of the moment. And that means that if I'm going based off my first decision, even though you guys never saw it, I would have probably killed Kenny if I was in a real life situation like that, because that's what I did end up doing.
Ninja, what did you think of Buriko and Vitaly, the members of the Russian group?
You mean Arvo's group?
Yeah, the leader, Buriko and Vitaly. What did you think of them? They tried to kill AJ.
I think
Like
that, yeah,
that
they're
was-
pretty messed up people, but that's the thing in The Walking Dead is everyone thinks that their group is the good guys. I mean, Arvo's people, he did, I think the one woman was his sister. I don't think he was lying. But the thing is, though, is that regardless of, like I said, what you do, Arvo still does try to fuck you. Well, not fuck you, that's different, that's a different meaning. But he does try to fuck you over, is what I meant to say.
If I met Arvo, I could have shot him right through his face and punched him several times until he fucking died. And seriously, he will get a brutal death for trying to kill AJ and fuck Clem up. Like, seriously, he lost his fucking sister, that's reasonable, but betraying Clementine, that's fucked up.
Well, here's the thing, is that you gotta keep in mind is that Arvo, we tried to give him a chance and he still fucked us. Like, we could have easily just killed him after we killed this whole group, but we let him live, and we even tried to take him in for a while, but by the end of he just shoots Clem. And keep in mind, at the time, now I'll give Arvo the benefit of the doubt and assume that he's also not that older than Clem. Like, I want to say that Arvo's like 18, maybe 19, and but Clementine by season 2 is still a kid technically. I mean, young kid, teenager, but still a kid. I mean, it's pretty fucked up to shoot like basically a 13-year-old.
And so on, Buriko and Vitaly and Natasha deserve to die, seriously. And Buriko and Vitaly tried to kill AJ, but Kenny shot Arvo's sister, which didn't deserve to die. Well, Buriko and Vitaly deserve to die, but not Natasha.
Yeah, no, I also agree with you, Glowy. Glowy's saying similar things to you, my G. And hi, Zion. By the way, I saw you in the chat a moment ago. I was just in the middle of, having a fire under my ass talking about The Walking Dead, so you're welcome to interject at whatever point, Zion, because I know you also, too, like The Walking Dead. But, yeah, when all is said and done, that's basically my thoughts on The Walking Dead. I could keep going on legitimately forever. In fact, I like The Walking Dead so much that I'm literally learning Take Us Back right now on guitar. Anybody remember that song from the end of the first season?
Yep. I do, bro.
Because I'm trying to learn that on guitar. I mean, here, let me I'm gonna show you guys my progress on guitar because I'm learning it right now. Like, keep in mind this is the newest song I'm learning. I've been implementing guitar recently on streams to just show you guys my progress, but it might not be perfect, but I'm learning it. Basically, the reason why I wanted to learn it was just because of The Walking Dead. Like, it's just that my dog is barking, which doesn't help. Yeah, guys, let me try to compete with music over here, my dog barking, and then also the game audio. It's a lot of competing sounds. But Glowy, I'll also answer your question here in a second. But here, let me pause the music and let my dog stop barking for a second. But it's like,
Ninja.
Hold that thought. But it's like...
Here's some place of Hey, you are actually really talented. Like,
it's not perfect, like I said,
Wait,
I'm still just learning it, but that's basically the general gist of the notes so far. I only know the beginning up to the part where it's like, ooh.
hey, you've got talent on the guitar, by the way.
Oh, thanks, homie, I appreciate that.
Hey, can you play a Mexican vibe on that guitar?
Oh, no, I'm not that good, man. I'm not there yet. I can't play Mexican songs to save my life. I only know a handful of songs and a handful of riffs. I can play the Left 4 Dead 2 theme song, though, if you want.
Los sentientes.
Oh, I need it.
Ooh,
Where
that's
to
the wrong
go?
note.
Los.
Is it over here? Oh, yeah, that's what it was. It's just hard to judge with headphones on, but it's like...
Is that...
It's acoustic and not a banjo, so it's hard to replicate, but,
Wow, you're talented, bro.
Wait, it's,
You play the banjo really well. I will throw you some $500.
If you get injured out there, don't wait too long to fix it up. It'll only compound the injury and could possibly lead to infection.
it's a little
Wow,
rough,
you are
because, I wasn't warmed up yet, but you get the general idea.
Yeah.
I've done that
I
for a
could-
video once.
I will throw you $500.
Thanks,
that.
homie.
And to be honest, what did you think of Walter and Matthew on The Walking Dead Season 2? Because Walter lost his boyfriend, which was Matthew.
Hold that one thought. I'm trying to also answer Glowy's questions. Glowy says, serious question, John, do you use, Steam unlocks sometimes? No, I have never used Steam unlocks, to get achievements. The only time I have ever used anything that, I guess you could say is cheats, air quote, to unlock anything, was using console commands in Left 4 Dead. Because keep in mind, there's legitimately some achievements that are basically I like to deem impossible to get. One other achievement that I can think of, other than something like Good Guy Nick, that's quite hard to unlock is, what the hell is the name of the achievement? It's the one where you have to unlock, by playing a game of scavenge or versus with a full lobby and win. It's like, I think it's called, like, something along the lines of, like, it is... Oh, I'm trying to remember.
And is, are you coming or not?
I'm gonna be there in a sec. I'm just trying to answer Glowy's questions and put away the guitar. But yeah, there's an achievement in Left 4 Dead where it's like play a game of versus or scavenge with a full lobby and win. But it's so damn difficult because here's the thing, is that nobody can disconnect or rage quit on either team the entire session. If you do, the achievement just does not count. And telling basically a whole entire Left 4 Dead lobby, especially the losing team, to not rage quit, like, that's never gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. Strength in numbers, that's what it is. Yeah, strength in numbers. Yeah, you have to play a game of versus or scavenge and have a full lobby and win. And what I did is that I did it by using console commands, because to try to get a full lobby and basically not get people to rage quit is just not worth it. Hypothetically, I could play with you guys and just say, hey, let's all agree not to rage quit and also not agree to give each other the win. But that's unnecessary, you know what I mean? Because there's times I should have gotten the achievement and somebody rage quit, and it's just not worth it. I honestly think that that's times where it's acceptable to basically give yourself the benefit of the doubt and use a little bit of, like, a loophole. It's a gray area, but I've never, like, used, like, I know there's some cheating software you can use to, like, give yourself achievements like Good Guy Nick, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, like, give myself, achievements by using, third-party software. But every other achievement I've gotten, for the most part, like 90% of my achievements, 95% of my achievements, hell, even 99% of my achievements are all legit. That's why I never get them instantly. That's one of the reasons why also Killing Spree, for example, in Left 4 Dead 2, which is getting gold on all survival maps. That's why it took me 6 months to make the guide. Because I could have just used glitches and just gotten the achievement instantly. I know how to, I just didn't. And then you also say try E0003. Yeah, you're giving me guitar notes. I can try that in a minute if you want. And then like for the characters that you were talking about, like Matt and his boyfriend, trying to remember what his name was. Matt died, and then who was the person that was alive by the end of season 2? The one that could have killed Nick? Walter, yeah. Walter, I feel like, was a good person, because technically, like, I mean, he only kills Nick if you give him reason to. He doesn't kill Nick, and he'll forgive him if you let him. Basically, Walter is looking for reasons to not be a bad person, and it's your choice to encourage him to not, you know, kill Nick.
Ninja, you have a very good talent on your banjo or whatever.
Oh, my guitar? Oh, thanks, homie.
Here's one question. If I was on the TV series of The Walking Dead, and I could play the role of an Albanian American who lost his family to the zombie virus, and start killing up walkers with monster truck and with AK-47s and a Makarov and some bows, for example, and his personality is good, but sometimes he will get mad for personal questions, and what device do you choose for that character?
First aid cabinet.
For me, for the character that I want to play.
Well, I would just reiterate the same quote that Javier tells Gabe, is that you know, good people are based off of their actions. So if you want to be a good person, just make a good choice. Like don't give into the heat of the moment, because some people it's easy to be violent and mean and harsh and shit like that, and it's almost like a fucked up desire that a lot of human beings have. Like, a lot of people always want to seek, like, revenge and stuff like that. But it's harder to be a good person. If you really want to be a good person, sometimes the decision's just not easy. So sometimes people want to make a hard decision, but would much rather give in to the more tempting decision, which is revenge. And people can't realize that they get it both ways. You can't get a satisfying decision unless it's a tough decision. You can hypothetically go the revenge route, but it will never satisfy you. You'll feel really nothing other than just emptiness. Because your loss is still never gonna come back. Like, people, like, want to do revenge because of people dying that they feel like were wrongfully taken away, or opportunities that were wrongfully taken away. And people think that these revenge acts of, like, getting, like, even will bring back that other thing, which is what they really want. It doesn't happen. So the thing to do is that, honestly, the best revenge is just to live a happy life and move on. Don't expel your energy trying to get even. Don't expel your energy to try to, like, make the other person miserable, because that's how you get a villain, not a hero.
What?
What device do my character is gonna get? If I imagine if I was on The Walking Dead as, like, that character, that Albanian American kid who lost his family, and what demise do I get if I was in The Walking Dead? Like, I will choose my fate to, like, to shoot myself if I was bitten, or somebody else gonna shoot me.
I can't really answer that for you, homie. I haven't really thought about that in depth, and it's also kind of a hard thing to answer. It's not something I can just think of on the fly.
But if I could, like, make some good choices and not make some bad choices, like Arvo, the scumbag Russian kid who tried to kill AJ.
Glowy, when you mentioned the guitar notes earlier, which E chord were you thinking of? The top one or the bottom one? Because, like, I see you say E, and then, like, because I'm assuming that all these notes you want me to play is on the E chord, but, like, which E chord are you thinking?
Ninja.
Hold on.
You're up.
So it's 1, 2. Wait, yeah. So 0 4 times, 3 4 times, 7 4 times, and then 5 3 5 3. Wait. Okay, yeah, I got it now. Wait, it's 3 5 5 3. Oh, hold on. 5 3 5 3. Okay, I was doing it right. 5 3 5 3. That was actually not that bad.
I really need to take my boots off. But because I love you and that I haven't changed my socks in over a month, I'll keep them on.
Unless you want me to play on the bottom one, which would be like this. It's probably the top one.
Ninja, what did you think of Bonnie from The Walking Dead?
Bonnie?
Yeah,
From
from The Walking Dead.
I liked her more the first time I played the game when I was younger. As I got older, though, I didn't really care for Bonnie as much.
Oh, I need to as well.
She's one of those characters that I feel like could definitely be a good person or a bad person just based off your choices, in my opinion.
Seriously, if Bonnie betrays you at the 5th episode with Mike and Arvo, like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
like that's the thing that makes me not like Bonnie the second time around, is that as a younger person at like 12, I didn't really think that was a bad thing. I was just thinking to myself, being like, oh hey, they just leave, but then I realized that what they do is they basically abandon you and they don't realize that by leaving with a car, they basically leave you to die, which was kind of a messed up situation. Plus also the repercussions of, like, letting Arvo basically shoot Clementine was pretty messed up.
And seriously, if I would rank the Walking Dead characters for the worst, I will choose Arvo and Bonnie. And Mike was kind of a scumbag, but he was a good guy, but
See, here's the thing is, I don't necessarily have a problem with Mike like a lot of others do. I think Mike was just scared and just made a bad judgment call, because you can tell based off his reaction when Clementine gets shot that he felt bad. One of the main reasons why I didn't like Bonnie as I got older is because she did have one off-putting line about like when Clem immediately gets shot, she doesn't want to save her, she actually just wants to leave and get out before like Kenny notices. But don't get me wrong, I understand the idea of her getting scared of Kenny. Like legitimately, Kenny is pretty fucking scary by the end of season 2. But Mike wanted to help, or at least I think he wants to, because he didn't say anything. He didn't run away or leave. He just stayed over and tried to even reason with Kenny. You can hear him shouting at Kenny and being like it wasn't on purpose.
Hey, what are you doing?
what did you
ain't
think
near
of
finished.
Sarah and Carlos?
Sarah?
Yeah,
Thanks, Doc.
Sarah is Carlos' daughter, the medic.
Oh, yeah, I now remember Sarah, but I don't remember Carlos. Who the fuck is Carlos again?
It's the medic of the cabin group. The medic.
Oh, yeah, Carlos and Sarah, now I remember, yeah,
Carlos was overpowered.
Carlos was not a bad guy. I liked Carlos actually the opposite, like more as I got older. I liked him more as I got older. I didn't really care for him at the beginning. I thought that, you know, he was basically stupid. I thought that, like, you know, because, like, I agree that, like, you know, trying to, like, keep Sarah safe is definitely a good thing now looking back. Because I think as I got older, I think I realized that, I don't think it was explicitly stated, but I think it was hinted at that Sarah was maybe perhaps autistic, or like high-functioning autistic, because she has tendencies that aren't normal. Like,
Nick was
like he would say things like, "Oh, my daughter isn't like everybody else, and like it's better to like keep her, you know, sheltered away." And I thought that she was just scared, and like, you know, like he was just trying to like be too overbearing. But I think the reason why he did that is because she was probably slow, is my guess. And the thing that sucks is that she dies no matter what you do. It's pretty messed up how she dies.
Nick was an asshole. Seriously.
I have a YouTube subscriber that would definitely fight you to the ends of the earth to disagree with you on that one, because there's a lot of people that had different opinions. Don't get me wrong, like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but for some reason a lot of people really liked Nick. At least my viewers did.
Nick was an asshole from The Walking Dead, but losing his uncle was a bit of justified, but what he did to Matthew was not forgivable. He was a total asshole. And he lost his mother and his parental uncle. Like, what the fuck?
I think, honestly, the best character from Season 2 is Luke. I love Luke.
Yeah.
I am honestly still pissed to this day that Luke has an unavoidable death. I would have I would have gladly, if they gave me a choice between save Luke and save somebody else, and like Luke's death was optional, I would be so much more happy with that. I am so pissed that his death is unavoidable. It pisses me off because he should not have died the way he did.
I agree with you, but if Arvo had died, I would be happy.
Like hell, I mean, hypothetically, the decision would be even more difficult. But I've seen this as a YouTube video before because you can mod the game. There was one time somebody modded the game on PC to make it so that way they switched Jen's model with Luke when you're fighting Kenny at the very end of the game. And they made a decision for, instead of saving Jen or Kenny, you have to save Luke or Kenny, which, if that was the decision by the end of the season, that would have been 10 times harder. Or Jane, sorry, not Jen. But no, like, yeah, picking between Jane and Kenny is already difficult as it is. But if it was Luke and Kenny, oh my god, that would have been the worst decision ever, because that would have been more heartbreaking. Although, to be perfectly honest, even though that decision is already tough, I probably would have picked Luke still more if it was a choice.
Rebecca was a bitch in season 1. Rebecca, the mother of AJ, was kind of a bitch.
Initially she was, but she grew on me.
Yeah. But I
God, this breaker, get off me.
Ninja?
No, yeah, Rebecca was absolutely a loving person by the end of The Walking Dead. She was just scared. Basically, a lot of people don't realize this, but any human being never is intentionally bad. Like, I mean, sure, there's definitely a lot of fucked up and excusable decisions sometimes people make, but, a lot of the time, people make decisions off of fear. If they're not love, it's based off of fear. The reason people attack certain people and, like, why things like racism and stuff like that exist is because people are afraid of that race. Or afraid of that culture, or afraid of that person.
And,
Like, for example, I'm gonna take something out of history here, like, let's take internment camps. Because this is actually something that the US is actually kind of faulted for to a certain degree as well. I mean, like, take a look at, Germany and the US. We both had internment camps. I mean, although, be it ours is a lot more nicer than Germany's was. But Germany, Hitler basically blamed the Jews, and to a certain degree, I think he was honestly afraid of the Jews. And that's the reason why we also interned the Japanese, is because when Japan got aggressive with us and wanted to bomb Pearl Harbor, and the reason why we interned all the Japanese people, hell, even just Asian people in general, because not everyone we interned was Japanese. It was still a messed up situation, but the idea is that we were just afraid of everybody. Everyone was afraid of each other during the Second World War, and that's the best way I can basically describe it, is that we weren't trying to be... I mean, Hitler was trying to actually be a horrible person. He committed, like, fucking mass genocide, but, like, most people typically operate off of fear, and that can lead them to making some decisions that aren't the best for humanity. To say the least.
Dude, if I will choose the worst, what did you think of Abel?
The fuck was that?
Abel.
I think my
from season
poster fell. That scared the shit out of me.
Huh?
Ninja, what did you
Where'd
think
that
of
go?
Abel from season 4? He was one of the worst, and he
Wait,
was
Ninja, are we the
sadistic as
F2?
fuck.
Nissa,
God damn it.
are we the F2? I think we should done F2 myself.
Yo, hold on, chat. I gotta get under my bed.
Oh wow, I think with the F2, see?
Vader,
Yes.
what did you think of Abel from The Walking Dead?
No.
Abel?
Ugh. I don't know where that artwork went. Oh, you want to know what? It probably landed inside the window. Right? Like, yeah.
Ninja, I'm question.
That's where it went. See, this always seems to fall. This is my, like, holographic artwork of Supernatural. I got Comic-Con's 3D. You can rotate between the logo, the Impala, and Sam and Dean, all those guys.
Ninja, what did you
It keeps
think
falling
of
off.
Abel?
It just won't stay up on my wall for some reason.
So, Nissa, are we the
It's the
F2?
third time you heard about Pearl Harbor this week. And oh, that's cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Well, Nissa, that was fun. I think with the F2, right?
That was, I think, Act 2. Yes, I think we're on Act 3. See, here's the
Ninja-
thing, is that I think Act 3 has a map that's 5 chapters at the beginning, which I don't know if we can finish that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do that over there, Messi.
See,
We
here's
have
the
to do
thing,
that
is that
over
I have
there.
20 minutes left from what I originally wanted to stream, but I don't know if I'm definitely not going to be able to finish the 5-chapter campaign in 20 minutes.
What can we do in 20 minutes? Well, probably had to do that over there, Messi. Because you have to do soon.
Ninja,
What's up?
what did you think of Abel from The Walking Dead Season 4? I think he was an completely dick who tried to kill who tried to raid the school. That was a scumbag move.
Yeah, he was an asshole, but I chose to like not be as gruesome as I could have been in the interrogation episode. I didn't like do all the horror because dude, oh my god, you can legitimately interrogate Abel like horribly. In season 4, if you want to, you can like do anything like burn him with a cigarette. You can fucking punch him in the face till he's like coughing up blood and shit like that. You can sick the dog on him and like have him bite his one other leg. I'm just trying to remember what's the dog's name? I really gotta get familiar with these characters again. I for some reason I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. What's the dog's name?
Rosie.
Rosie, yeah. You can make Rosie bite Abel's leg. It's pretty fucked up.
And Ninja, that those two bandits on the beginning of the second season, that bandit who shot the other with the shotgun, that said "fuck you," and that was fucking brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty damn brutal. Guys, what I think we're gonna do is that, to fill in the time we have left, I'm 10 supply points away from being able to buy another outfit. We'll just run 1 chapter of Evansburg just the once, and just speedrun it, and then we'll end the stream, because I rather would just end early on a positive note than try to start something I can't finish.
Sound good, see? Sound good.
Because in this way, it gives me time to be able to do stuff throughout my day more anyway, such as being able to move furniture and do speech stuff. Although this has been a very fun stream, though. It's really been nice to talk about things like that, The Walking Dead again, even things like Supernatural. Chloe, I didn't even know you watched Supernatural. That's actually really, really cool, my G. Yeah, I love Supernatural. It's my favorite show. It actually surpassed The Walking Dead, at least in terms of TV shows. I still like The Walking Dead books more. I know there's Supernatural books that have existed, but I haven't finished those yet to say whether or not the books also pass the books. But the TV shows, I definitely like Supernatural, in my opinion, more. I really like Sam and Dean and all those guys, Cass, Crowley. All of those characters are so damn fun.
It's really dangerous, and I could possibly die.
Ninja, what did you think of the Saint John family?
St. John. You mean the Crawford guys?
No, the Saint John's, the farmers, the.
Oh, you mean the cannibals in season 1, right?
Yeah, Brenda, Andrew, and Danny. That was fucked up when they served the original survivors human meat. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
That was so.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up moments in that game series.
Like shit.
If I ever rank the top few fucked up moments, that's definitely in there. Is serving, serving dinner at the cannibal episode.
And serving Mark's legs.
Yeah, Mark's leg. Well, it's also more fucked up when Mark comes back out of the room and is like crawling on the floor to prove a point to everybody, being like, "Yeah, guys, they're eating my leg."
Like shit.
Like that's fucked up. Kenny fighting Jane is fucked up. Certain deaths across the board is fucked up.
Larry was a fucking asshole.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on Larry. Larry is the worst fucking human being in the entire game. I'm so glad he's dead. Legitimately, Larry's the only character I wish I could purposely have killed.
Roger.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, I did purposely kill him, but you could actually choose to break his head with a cement block when you're in the meat locker in the second episode. Although, there was one time I did try to let him live for the sake of Lily, but that was not because I wanted to let him live. That was just to be nice to the kind version of Lily. Although, looking back on it, like, honestly, the second time around, like, looking at Lily, how she becomes in Season 4, I think I would have killed him again.
Like, what the fuck?
I always like to try every branching decision at least once. Walking Dead games only usually give you a 50-50. It's either one decision or the other. There's really no more than 2 at a time. Sometimes they go for 3 or 4, though, but it's mostly dialogue at that point.
Through here.
First aid cabinet.
Bro, like Ninja, Larry was an asshole in the beginning of season 1, in the first episode, the second episode, and Lily was another level of asshole, man.
Lily, her character is better in 1 than it is in 4, because in 4 she's the main villain. But in 1 it's a 50-50. Some days I like her, some I don't. There's some characters that legitimately I rotate between my disdain and enjoyment of them. Sometimes I give them the benefit of the doubt, sometimes I don't, because like I said, I just like to try all the different branching decisions.
Collapse all over again.
Like, geez, in the St. John's farm, who will put, like, an electric fence, for fuck's sake?
Oh, hey, look at that. We actually got a brand new viewer. We got, it looks like Solid with a 0, WGF. Hi, Solid. How are you, friend?
Hi.
Hi, Solid.
You know, it's funny, we actually, used to have a mod in here regularly that was from Australia that, was called Solid the Quest. So it looks like we got another Solid. Hello, Solid 2.0. But, yo, Solid, what's up, my friend? I hope that you end up enjoying seeing some Back 4 Blood here on today's stream. And I hope you also don't mind me talking about The Walking Dead, which is another one of my other favorite games. You can see I even got the Clementine hat from Telltale. You ever play either or Back 4 Blood or The Walking Dead? I'm curious, homie. He says all good. Alright, nice. Yeah, but how are you doing, my friend? What made you want to show up in today's stream? Like, did you just show up because you're looking for Back 4 Blood, or you just want to tell me to go fuck myself? Just being like, hi, go fuck yourself. Okay, goodbye.
And, Ninja, what did you think
Why'd you have
of
to
the
go die on me?
police officer, the old guy that drives you to prison since the beginning of the first episode of season 1, the police officer? He didn't deserve to die.
He wasn't a bad person. I think he was just doing his job.
Yeah, but he didn't deserve to die. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I got you.
Like, crippled on a car crash.
Just the first Walking Dead I've only played for now because PC is crap, but I love the first. The first is absolutely the best one. I played them all. I've actually done walkthroughs of it on my Twitch channel here before, and then like re-upload them to my YouTube channel. But yeah, dude, I love the games. I played them several times over, and I adore Clementine as my favorite character just ever, period. If you love the first game, you'll love all the other games. I can't necessarily tell you that the other games like will give you the same vibes as one, because they all have different like tones. They all have different themes, and you'll know what I mean when you play it one day on your own. Because I don't want to spoil it, because I know you just joined and you may have already heard spoilers depending on how long you've been with us, but I'll try to avoid spoilers from now on. So guys, let's actually hold back on talking about The Walking Dead except for season 1 at the most, because Solid hasn't played the other games. I don't want to spoil them for him.
And Ninja, the DLC 400 days was good, but what the fuck is wrong with Nate? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, he killed 2.
Well, my G, like, don't finish that sentence yet. We don't know if he's played 400 days.
I ain't spoiling.
Well, no, you are spoiling though, my G. You're talking about a character that is in a DLC that he may have not played. I don't mind talking about it every now and again, but I'm just trying to prevent it from him getting spoiled. That's all.
Why, Dad?
Yeah. I ain't spoiling it, but just telling fuck it.
No problem, Solid. Your Discord pick is actually Clementine? Yo, let's go. Yo, Solid,
Wait,
I
what,
like you. You know what's up.
He has a crush on Clementine, I think.
What, him?
Yeah? Maybe?
Dude, Clementine's still the kid. She never becomes an adult, you realize that, right? So that would be creepy. Unless he's his age, or unless he's her age, like a teenager.
Like,
Like, because Clementine at the most is only 17. Which is still technically, you know, a child. So...
yeah.
I think, honestly, Telltale purposely did it that way. They never made Clem full-on adults, just to avoid that issue.
Bruh. Like, Ninja?
Do you remember the video you did on Ravenholm? Yeah, I remember that video. You from my YouTube channel, Solid? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I got my first stalker. I'm just kidding.
What the?
Oh yeah, but were you one of the commenters, my G?
Huh?
I'm talking to Solid, my G.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good, you're good. No, it's all fine. I think that she being a child is perfect for the circumstances and can help character development. Well, that's honestly, and yes, I'm from your YouTube channel. Yeah, no, legitimately, it's a good thing that Clem was a kid. I'm glad that they made Clementine more of a central character than any of the other ones. Because you see her grow up, and it honestly makes it more relatable that way. Because you almost take Clementine as your surrogate daughter and see her grow up throughout the series. Because the game spanned from 2012 to 2018, which is 5 years. So I was from 12 to 18 every time I was playing those games. 12, 14, 16, and 18. And Clementine goes from, like, ages, like, 9 to 13 to, like, 15 to, like, 17. So basically, depending on when you play the games, you watch Clementine grow up with you, and, it's really just cool to see that. I honestly, the way I look at it now is that, like, before I used to look at her as a friend because we were around the same age, but now that her age is capped at 17 and I'm 22 now, I look at Clementine as, like, a younger sister or, like, a daughter figure. And it's just kind of cool to see her basically grow up.
Yeah.
Ninja, what
Yes.
did you think of Omid?
I miss Omid. Like, other than
Me too.
Luke, Omid's such a fucking cool dude. I wish he never died.
Yeah.
Omid and Luke have two of the most heartbreaking deaths ever because you can't stop them. They're like literally impossible to stop, and they're in the same fucking season too, which doesn't help any better.
Like.
Shit! I'm sorry. I just spoiled a big part of the story. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure is passing by slowly, huh?
It's alright. So, we are talking and fucking around.
Solid, you didn't hear that. I'm so fucking sorry. It's just that we've been talking about this for like the last hour, and then I remember you said you only played season 1, and then I slipped up. I'm so fucking sorry.
I remember when this was nothing but trees.
Can I borrow your knife?
Mind you,
And
most of it still is.
Ninja, like, bruh, the murder of
Okay, yeah, now it's also
Omid-
around 4:30. So yeah, literally just playing one extra thing of Evansburg was just enough time that we needed for those 20 minutes. It literally took 20 minutes just for one chapter. So yeah, there was no way in hell we were completing a 5-chapter campaign. Glowy, you want to do me a favor and take care of that?
What? Kick hell, what, my C?
Just a person spamming in chat trying to ask if I want to buy shit. But like buy followers and shit. He's popping in here like, Billy Mays here with a special TV offer. Thank you. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream here just so I can do some school stuff and some furniture moving. But I just want to say is that thanks for the epic stream here. But I do gotta take off. Solid. By the way, do me a favor, my G. I wanted to ask you something. Is that I know you just tuned in and you probably don't know me well enough, but I do want to offer something to you. Is that I do stream Thursday through Sunday on a variety of games on a pretty regular basis. If you enjoy talking about The Walking Dead, want to do it further, I do want to recommend that you drop a follow so you know when I'm live streaming next. But if you don't know me well enough, I completely understand. I just thought I would just give you a friendly reminder because I do have to end for schoolwork purposes. But yeah, we're gonna basically wrap things up here. And Glowy, also thanks for promoting socials through Nightbot. I appreciate that. But I just thought I would mention it because I gotta wrap things up here. But yeah. I know since September. I gotcha. Of course I already dropped a follow. Thank you, homie. I appreciate that. I didn't know you actually followed way back since then. Good to know. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap things up here. Just want to say thanks so much for coming out. Thank you for playing Back 4 Blood with me, and thanks for talking about fun stuff like Supernatural, The Walking Dead, and even let me play a little bit of guitar. That was actually a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please drop a follow. It's always greatly appreciated. Let you know when I'm live streaming next. And I hope you guys end up enjoying seeing another YouTube video or live stream from those seeing that content creator you guys are ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys. I love you, and peace out.
Arrivederci, ninja. See you soon.
Arrivederci.